A very good evening and welcome to Maldonado in Uruguay as we bring you the final day of action from the semi-final phase of the Liga Sudamericana. It's Gimnasia y Esgrima taking on the Brazilian side at Paulistano. So Argentina against Brazil in what is effectively the third place playoff in this group. The two other sides in the second semi-final group will go head-to-head a little bit later on. Mogi das Cruzes and Hebraique Maccabi will battle it out for a place in the final of the Liga Sudamericana. They'll take on, of course, Weber Bahia, the Argentinian side who won the first semi-final group. At first, the small matter of settling this battle between these two. Both of these sides losing both of their opening games in this group, so no chance, sadly, for either of them to make it through to the final stage of this competition. Only the group winners go through, and it is a winner-takes-all contest a little bit later on tonight. The Gimnasia roster, which you'll have just seen on your screens a few minutes ago, includes Matthew Shaw, who's averaging 13.4 points so far in this tournament. Has a total of 33 rebounds. That is a high for anybody in the Gimnasia squad. Carlos Scatman with 4 assists per game so far has been an important player as well. So too Juan Fernandez with 11 three-pointers in the 5 games of this competition to date. And here is the starting 5 for Gimnasia, and Matthew Shaw is among those 5 players, as is Juan Fernandez, the long-range shooter. Louis McCulloch, an important player as well in that starting 5. Nicolas de los Santos has had a pretty solid tournament too, albeit it looks as though it will be a rather disappointing end, or it will be a rather disappointing end for Gonzalo Garcia and his team, but they can go out on a high with victory here tonight against the Brazilian side, Paulistano, who include Lucas Silva in their roster. 17.8 points per game so far, 32 rebounds as well. 32 rebounds in the competition. Also for Guilherme Hubner, the number 77, the centre. 18 assists for Arthur da Silva in the 5 games played so far, leading the way for his team as Paulistano look to register their first win in the semi-final phase. This is going to be their last game of the tournament, of course. This is their starting 5. Mogi da Silva, Jonathan dos Santos, Pecos da Silva, Renato Carbonari and Pedrao da Souza at centre to start with for Paulistano. Coach perhaps just mixing things up a little bit in this final game. Younger of the two coaches, Gustavo Conti, hoping at least that he can guide his side to victory here as they leave the competition. Well, Gimnasia were in the same group as Mogi das Cruzes at the start of this competition. The games that were played back in September. And Gimnasia finishing in second place with 2 wins and 1 loss. They lost to Mogi das Cruzes in that first phase, and as I say, finished second behind the Brazilian side. And Paulistano did manage to top their group, 3 wins out of 3 for them, getting the better of Guadalajara, Trujillo and Bucaros de Buca Ramanga. 3 wins out of 3 in the first phase. Excellent start, but it has been a little tougher for them in this semi-final stage as the quality of the opposition has improved. Gimnasia began with a defeat again to Mogi das Cruzes, so losing to them twice in a row effectively. And then yesterday they were beaten by the home side here, the Uruguayans, Hebraique Maccabi, by 9 points, 89-80, the final score in that one. Paulistano lost, but only by 4 points to Hebraique Maccabi in game 1 a couple of days ago. That was a Monday night's game. And last night they were beaten by their fellow Brazilian sides, Mogi das Cruzes, who really did come through that game very comfortably indeed, winning by 80 points to 59. The biggest win of this particular group so far. So Paulistano against Gimnasia is up now, and later on tonight in around about 2 hours and 15 minutes, Hebraica Maccabi of Uruguay take on Mogidas Cruces, and it is a winner-takes-all contest. It is worth sticking around for after this one. Hebraica will obviously have the home support. Mogidas Cruces have been arguably the better team in this group so far. Certainly have won by bigger margins, but none of that really matters later. As I say, winner wins the group and takes on Weber Bahia, an Argentinian side who won the first semi-final group last week in La Banda. But for now, it's Paulistano against Gimnasia, and we are ready to go here in the opening quarter. It is the team from Argentina in the Argentina, I should say, the Argentinian side in the green and black, who have the first possession. Fast start, absolutely vital here. The teams who have started quickly in these games have gone on to be successful. That's the way this group has panned out so far. First three-point attempt missed there, and the opportunity now for the Brazilians to respond and try and open the scoring themselves. This is Jonathan dos Santos who goes in and draws the foul. McCullough is the man penalised here. Well, it was Shaw actually. Matthew Shaw just stuck an arm out. And Jonathan dos Santos can get us moving here. Modest average. Rebounds and points for Jonathan dos Santos. Only 1 from 2 from the line there. Opening point of the game does go to the Brazilian side. Renato Carbonari, and put up by Pecos da Silva, couldn't make it count, and now the team from Argentina will look to get their first score. Nice pass inside, and the finish. Emphatic. Thrown down by Nwogbo. And it gives the Argentinians a 1-point lead early on in this first quarter. Thrown down with authority. This is dos Santos again. There's Pecos da Silva, and Mogi da Silva then goes for the three, who was just a little short there with his attempt. But how about this? It's a lovely little pass here from De Los Santos, and the finish emphatic from Latana Nwogbo. Bit of a discussion going on here between the officials. It is Gimnasia's ball, and they have a 1-point lead. And we're just trying to work out whether there was goaltending there. Don't think there was. Shaw puts it up and in. Matthew Shaw off the mark. 3-point lead for Gimnasia. Jonathan dos Santos with a response, misses. Missing all their early chances here, the Brazilians. Just the 1 point from the free throw so far with 2 minutes gone. Loose pass there though, and turnover, and a long pass, and put up and missed by Pecos da Silva. Taking a little while to get started here, the Brazilians. But that's a good steal from Mogi da Silva, and he should finish here. He doesn't, but he was fouled. Remains a 4-1 lead. Paulistano will get another chance from the line here. A couple of free throws for the Brazilian outfit. Mogi da Silva makes the first one. 20-year-old point guard. Again, like his teammate Dos Santos, missing the second, so 4-2 lead as the ball is thrown up to Shaw, and Shaw finishes easily. No problem there for Matthew Shaw. The 4-point lead is opened up here, biggest lead of the game so far, early days of course. Pecos da Silva finds Mogi da Silva. Jonathan Santos. Pedro de Souza puts one up and misses. Accuracy really lacking from the Brazilians so far. Chance here maybe for De Los Santos, but whistle goes. Looked as though he had the freedom of the near side of the court here. Travelling, I think, there from De Los Santos. Wondered whether it was the right call, but the replay confirming that. Mogi da Silva leaving it for Pecos da Silva, who puts up a three-point attempt, and again, no good. Frustrating start to the game for the Brazilians. Shaw. McCullough. Shaw once again, and well, it was an interesting approach that from Nwogbo. Almost looked like he was trying to parry it in volleyball style. Just couldn't get a clear handle on it. Santos, and the three goes up and in. Nicely done by Juan Fernandez. 7-point lead for Gimnasia. Here's Jonathan Dos Santos. Long two, and it's good. Finally, some points on the board that haven't come from free throws. Jonathan Dos Santos. McCullough's pass into Shaw. Play stopped once again. Foul spotted by the official. It's just there as Nwogbo went to ground. Give the ball. De Los Santos. Nwogbo. This is McCullough. And Louis McCullough. Only a few seconds left. The three goes up and not quite in from Shaw. Pecos da Silva. This is Jonathan Dos Santos. Pass inside, it's a decent one. Chance for the two, and it's good. Da Silva Vital getting off the mark. Started the game on the bench. Paulistano have it again. This is Mogi da Silva. Drew the foul. Another chance for the Brazilians to go to the line here. 2 from 4. As far as free throws go so far, it's just a little nudge there from McCullough. Mogi da Silva. It's his second trip to the line, made 1 from 2 first time around, the 20-year-old. And same result again. Once again, first one made, second one missed. But it is at least a 2-point game here. Slow start from Paulistano, but they are gradually playing their way back into it. Past the midway point in the first quarter. And this is Jonathan Dos Santos. And Nogueiras Cruzes. Comfortably there by McCullough. This is De Los Santos. He's just about to get his pass away, but it was misplaced and intercepted and then given away once again by Paulistano. Thrown out wide, and the three comes in, misses from Fernandez, and it is a break opportunity here. Nogueiras da Silva. Pecos da Silva. 8 on the shot clock. Pecos da Silva goes in, puts it up, in off the glass, tied at 9 apiece. Paulistano hitting back after Gimnasia started brightly, not to be controlling things. They've allowed it to get away from them. Well, that lead has disappeared from their grasp. Shaw putting in the 2 to re-establish some sort of advantage here. Pretty narrow at this stage though. Pecos da Silva finding Jonathan Dos Santos. Dos Santos driving in, turns, shoots and misses. The rebound from McCullough. Away go Gimnasia once again. It's a nice pass and then out. Moving it around really quickly here, just waiting for the right opening. Mogbo able to keep it alive. De Los Santos. De Los Santos goes up, draws the foul, puts it in, gets the and 1. Those 2 points for De Los Santos. Nicolas De Los Santos. Chance to grab an extra point here for the Argentines. Oh, nicely done. That's the extra point. 5-point lead opened up again for Gimnasia. 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. And a 3-point response immediately from the Brazilians. That's Carvalho getting involved for the first time. He's only just come off the bench. The loose pass there, and Gimnasia claiming there was a little touch off the hand of the Paulistano player. And eventually that's the way the decision has gone. It wasn't what they gave initially, the officials, but they've got it right in the end. Shaw. McCullough. Gets it again here, Nwogbo. Nwogbo puts up the shot and draws the foul as he puts it in for 2. 4 points on the board for Lantuana Nwogbo. You can add the extra one here as well. Discussion going on here between coach and official. Gustavo Conti not happy about something. Nwogbo puts in the free throw to add the extra point. 5-point lead again This is Nwogbo drawing the foul. I think Conte's claim was that it should have been an offensive foul there. And a three-point attempt from a long way out. It's missed, and Carvalho not as successful with that attempt as he was with his first, that absolutely nailed on. Pretty much his first involvement. Carvalho, the two goes up and misses from Vital. It's a wasted opportunity for the Brazilians, down by 5. Pass inside to Shaw, and Carvalho gathers the rebound. Pecas da Silva. He lost it, but fortunately for him, a teammate waiting on the far side. Thrown in towards Vital once again. Still Vital, assessing his options. 6 on the shot clock, up it goes. Just comes off the rim and comes to nothing in the end. Shaw is penalised. Team foul for Gimnasia, so that means more free throw attempts here. 19-year-old Da Silva Vital, missing his first free throw attempt. It's 3 from 7 for the team. Every trip to the line has resulted in at least one of those free throws being missed. This time it's both by Vital. Nwogbo this time has been penalised. Might have been unsportsmanlike, didn't actually see what the referee signalled there, but I don't think it was. The referee stopping it again, so we do now resume with 1 minute and 26 seconds to go in the first quarter. 5 points the difference. Gimnasia have been not exactly on top, but in control for much of this first quarter. Missed attempt there. This is Vital, and now Pecas da Silva. Carvalho draws the foul. Pass there into Carvalho, and it was McCullough who committed that foul, Louis McCullough. It gives Carvalho the chance from the line, where his teammates are struggling, I think it's fair to say. 3 out of 8 from the line. 1 out of 2, 1 out of 2, none out of 2. First 4 trips. Carvalho making the first. Can he nail the second as well? He does, so that's a bit better. And it is just a 3-point game. Get the feeling that Paulistano are really playing at their full potential at the moment, but they've managed to stay in touch, and that's partly down to the rather persistent fouling of the team from Argentina, giving away far too many fouls, far too many scoring opportunities, even if Paulistano haven't been able to take all of them. Nwogbo's attempt missed. Certainly fizzled out a little bit, Gimnasia, after a bright enough start Three-point attempt missed this time. Another foul called. Jonathan Machuca. Receiving end of this one. And it gives him the chance to add some points. Gimnasia with a 100% record from the line so far, 3 from 3. First point for Machuca tonight. And he misses the second, so just the 1 point added to the scoreboard. 4 points the difference as we close in on the end of the first quarter here. Final 15 seconds, there's about a 5-second differential between shot and game clock. They'll have to get their shot away soon here. It goes up for 3 and misses from Carvalho. Rebound claimed by Rivero, and there is one last attempt, but no good, and fairly satisfactory from the team from Argentina. They lead by 4. They have been in control, as I say, without really dominating in the opening 10 minutes here. Paulistano scored the first point, led by 1, but that's as good as it got for them. They've been trailing ever since. And, poor performance from free throws is effectively what's costing them. If they'd made those 5, they'd be in front. It's that simple. Only 1 from 8 from outside the arc as well, and only 33% two-pointers successful. Better numbers at the other end, although three-point shooting not exactly impressive from either team just yet. 1 out of 8 and 1 out of 6. Rebounding pretty similar, although Gimnasia have not won a single offensive rebound in the first quarter. 6 points for Shaw. He's the game leader as far as that is concerned. 5 rebounds for McCullough. 5 points for Carvalho for Paulistano. A couple of rebounds for Vital. Still plenty in this. No clear winner determined from the opening 10 minutes. As there rarely is, of course. Certainly close enough for Paulistano to get their act together and turn things around. 18 points to 14 at the end of the first quarter. So Paulistano get things back underway. Need a little more accuracy, a little more consistency in the second quarter. And that is the perfect way to start. Carbonari getting his first points of the night. We have a 2-point game. Machuca. Respond here. Machuca once again gets the shot up and puts it in. Not an easy one to make. Nicely played though by Jonathan Machuca. Takes his personal tally up to 3 with that one. And restores the 4-point advantage for the team from Argentina. 2-pointer is a poor attempt. from Pedraza Souza for Paulistano. Very short from Brazilian number 18. And Shaw puts up the 3 and misses. 3-point attempts not exactly working out well for either team at the moment. Only making 1 apiece in that first quarter despite 14 attempts in total. Rabanari. Now it's Carvalho. Carvalho goes for the pass in the end, gets it back. Again, opts against the long-range attempt. It comes from Carbonari, that's better. Renato Carbonari with his first 3 of the night. Can he get his team back in front for the first time in a long time? Shaw moving it on. Scatman and Rivero able to make it count. Would have given a 3-point lead to the Argentinians in a loose pass, which Carvalho could do nothing with, really. Unnecessary. Juan Rivero missing a chance to increase the lead for Gimnasia, but Paulistano then wasting possession. And Mogi de Silva's back on the court. Scatman. Foul called again. Vitao, his 3rd foul already. Still early days as well, the youngster. He's got to try and stay cool here, try and avoid those fouls. Running out of chances after committing 3 so early on. It's come to nothing for Gimnasia. Another 3-point attempt missed. Carvalho has it now. That's the pass out to Carbonari. He's already made 1 3. He fails to make a second. There's an attempt there to keep the ball alive from Mogi de Silva. Difficult one. And Vitao, unsurprisingly perhaps, after few fouls. He's been asked to go and take a seat for a while. Shot comes in from Machuca. Oh, how did that stay out? Rolled around the rim. It didn't drop. This is Pecas de Silva. Carbonari, handoff back to de Silva. Bounce pass into Carbonari with a finish. Lovely play from Paulistano. It's more like it from the Brazilians. Carbonari has 7 points now. That was beautifully done. Rivero completely lost it there. Shot clock running down. Rivero goes for the long 3. It was always going to be difficult. Nice rebound though, and the put away is a good one from Nwogbo, who incidentally is the only member of the starting 5 who's on court at the moment for the Argentinians. They lead by 1, 22-21. Carvalho. Nice pass inside, Carbonari. Dos Santos for 3, misses, and the rebound was not a particularly well-used one, as it's put in comfortably by Diego Romero. It's more like it from Gimnasia. Open up a 3-point lead as timeout is called here. This was nicely worked, a little bit of good fortune, but lovely pass that from Rivero to Romero. 3-point lead.
ajudando, esse homem não tá fazendo merda nenhuma. Merda nenhuma. Ele não mete bola, ele não faz nada. A única coisa que ele fez foi pegar o Léo desprevenido num corte aqui e bateu pra dentro. Aí o homem do Renato é um cavalo, tá subindo em cima dele no rebote, você tá olhando. O cara pegou o rebote por cima, deu um drible, subiu em cima do Renato, você tá olhando. Aqui você morreu. Aí vamos pro ataque, você tá batendo bola, a bola escapa da mão, você domina, ela escapa de novo. Segura essa merda firme, caralho! Aí a gente tá morto, não para o contra-ataque. Não paramos o contra-ataque. O chute sai, a hora que sai da sua mão já dá pra ver que não vai cair, porque chuta uma merda. Chuta uma merda de uma bola. Agora que a gente precisa, cara. É agora que a gente precisa. Agora que os caras tão duro, viu? É agora que os caras tão duro, é agora que a gente precisa. É agora que os caras tão duro, Ed. É agora que precisa driblar firme com a bola. É agora que precisa chutar firme. É agora que precisa ir lá e buscar um rebote. É agora que precisa dar uma falta. Olha quantas faltas nós temos lá. Uma falta, agora que precisa parar a bola no meio da quadra, filhão. Essa hora que precisa. Meus tempos não tenho mais. Não dá mais pra eu ajudar vocês a parar. Vocês só resolver o problema dentro da quadra. Vamos aí, vamos aí.
I'm afraid I can't really translate what he's just been saying to his players there, Gustavo Conte, but he didn't sound happy, did he? He looked a little happier when that timeout was called. Gimnasia started to get their act together again. They lead by 3 points at the moment. This is Carvalho. Pass inside to Carbonari, who's really come alive in the second quarter, and the three-pointer from Mogi da Silva somehow failed to drop. A little unlucky there. Halfway through the second quarter now. Still very tight, this game. Neither of these teams wants to go home with 3 defeats out of 3 in this semi-final stage. And in it goes from Nwogbo again. His 9th point there. 9 points in total. Assist from Romero. Nwogbo leading the way in terms of point scoring for the Argentinian side. He has been on court the longest. Carbonari puts up the 2 and it's good. It's nicely done by Carbonari. It's really made a big impression on this game. He's got Paulistano right back into it. 9 points so far, 3 attempts from 3 as far as 2-pointers go. Another 3-point attempt from a long way out, missed, and the rebound. An attempted hook shot there from Diego Romero, no good. This is Pecos da Silva. Weaving in and out. Carbonari. No luck this time. Foul is called again. Gustavo Conte was really laying into his players that last time out. Started out quite calmly and then he just really lost his temper. And his team are only 3 behind, thanks mainly to Carbonari's impacts. Nice bit of play once again from Diego Romero. He's just lacking the finish. Romero just hobbling off there. He's grabbing the knee, which is already strapped up, so this is a worry for Diego Romero. He looks to be in some pain. There's the contact there, looked completely accidental. Just there. Don't think there was anything in that at all. It was Pecos da Silva. That was Leo dos Santos, I beg your pardon, who inadvertently collided with Romero, and could be in a bit of trouble here. It's a desperately unfortunate injury. And this looks bad, doesn't it, for Diego Romero? Could be the end of his night. Just watch here, the clash of knees between Leo dos Santos, that is, and Romero. So Matthew Shaw has taken the place of Romero. Tyler Garcia had put the 5 players who started the game on the bench on the court. He's had to change that around. With Romero going off, De Souza has picked up a couple of points here to make it a 1-point game. This is Shaw. He had that knee support on before the clash, but he really does look to be in a lot of pain. So, good bit of play there from Machuca, who draws the foul. Romero just making his way off the court, away from the bench as well, to have some treatment. I think that tells you that his night is over, but it looked like that anyway, didn't it, straight away? Possibly aggravating an existing problem. Scatman missing his first free throw. Hoping for better luck this time, but he's missed. Gimnasia, who are knocking them down comfortably early on, missing a couple of free throws there. Scatman unable to make them count, and Paulistano looking to regain the lead finally, but the break is on here. It should be an easy 2. It is nicely put in by Juan Rivero. His first 2 points of the night. And the 3-point lead opens up once more from that fast break. This is Jonathan dos Santos. Now a chance again here. 8 on the shot clock for Paulistano. Pecos da Silva may take this on himself. He's running out of time. He's got to get the shot away. Does just about manage to do it before the buzzer goes. Nails the 3. And we're all tied up at 28 points all. Machuca finds Shaw. Just hands it off here to Scatman, who's lost it, and now the break is on, and Paulistano will take the lead. 2 points for Pecos da Silva, who doubles his tally for the night. I beg your pardon, he's actually moved on to 7. Stand corrected there as Paulistano finally take the lead again. Scored the first point of the game, but have been behind ever since. 3-point attempt from Rivero. Outstanding from Gimnasia's number 4 to give them a 1-point lead. We're into the final minute of the first half here. Superb three-point attempt. Very nicely done indeed. It's an unsportsmanlike foul. Didn't actually see what it was that occurred there, but Paulistano put away the free throw and the timeout is called.
Gemada aqui, ó. Pecos vem com a bola. Já vem com a bola, repõe a bola aqui, já vem pra cá, Pecos, tá bom? Gemada, Pedrão, Jonathan, o Ed aqui, Jonathan, você aqui, ó. Tá? Pro Gemada. Ed faz isso aqui, Pedrão pega o Gemada, vamos finalizar a bola. Vamos tentar finalizar rápido, pra gente ter duas posses de bola, tá bom? Tá. Vamos tentar finalizar rápido. Gemada sai aqui, Pedrão. Ed, você não vai voltar, tá bom? Você não vai voltar, você vai embora. Você só pega o Gemada e vai embora. O Gemada recebeu, o Pedrão vem aqui, ó. Pedrão corta, tá bom? Olha aqui. Pecos dá apoio, Jonathan dá apoio e Ed dá apoio. Pedrão corta, tá bom? Vamos lá.
So all tied up. Paulistano have the ball again. Closing in on the final few seconds here. The unsportsmanlike foul from Scatman is what the free throw was awarded for. Didn't actually see the incident involved. A seconds differential between shot and game clock as foul is called again. Souza with his third foul of the game. Out to be hobbling a little bit there as well. Souza, that is. Nicolas dos Santos making the first of the free throws here, following that foul. Gets both. Takes his personal tally to 5, gives Gimnasia a 2-point lead. Seconds remaining in the second quarter here. One last attempt. Foul is drawn by Pecos da Silva. And Chuka penalised. Pecos da Silva will have the chance to level this up. 8 points so far. Paulistano's number 14, he can make it 9 and tie the game. One quick lob at the basket here from inside his own half. Ambitious, the only thing he could do really at that late stage of the second quarter. So 33 points each in what is a really well fought game. A battle for third place in this group. Paulistano fought back, having trailed for much of the first half. All to play for in the second. Neither of these sides wants to go home with a 100% losing record. 33 points all. Second half coming up in about 15 minutes time. Welcome back to Maldonado. So we get ready for the start of quarter number 3 in this first of 2 games tonight from the semi-final phase of the Liga Sudamericana. The finalist will be determined later in the second game between Mogidas Cruces and Hebraika Maccabi. This arena is gradually filling up, ready for that second game, which is the one that everybody wants to see. A little bit of pride at stake, rather, in this third quarter for the Brazilian side Paulistano and the Argentinians of Gimnasia, all tied up at 33 points all, heading into the third quarter. This is effectively the third place playoff for these two, with both teams having lost the first 2 games. Santos with the foul. Jonathan Dos Santos fouling Nicolas de los Santos, who will attempt these free throws to give Gimnasia the lead once again. That second game, by the way, gets underway in about an hour and 15 minutes time, or a little later if this particular game drags on for whatever reason, into overtime or whatever. It is a distinct possibility given the way it's gone so far, as Carbonari puts it up and in. Nicely done with a reverse layup from Renato Carbonari. So Fernandez, beg your pardon, of course, for Paulistano. Apologies. He has given the Brazilians a 1-point lead and stolen once again, and that'll be 2 more. Mr. Silva. This is Fernandez. 3-point lead for Paulistano now. The biggest lead of the game to date. Shaw going to cut that lead, fails to do so. Mogidas Cruces, and now it is with Pecos da Silva. Da Silva and Jonathan Dos Santos for 3, no good. Carbonari unable to get to the rebound. Mogi da Silva again. Jonathan Dos Santos moving it around nicely here, the Brazilians, and in it goes from Pecos da Santos. 13 points for Pecos da Silva. 18-8 run since the midway stage, more or less, of the second quarter. And Gimnasia starting to slip away now. 5-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Paulistano. Gimnasia have had a 7-point lead at one point. It could be an 8-point lead here for Paulistano, but it's missed by Pecos da Silva. Can't add to the 13 points he scored already, and the foul is drawn by De Los Santos. Carvalho's first foul of the game. Shaw. Moving it around well, the 3-point attempt is good, nothing but net. 2-point lead now only for Paulistano. Big 3 from Fernandez. Mogi da Silva out to the 15. Carbonari again nails the 3. Renato Carbonari. He's having a good night. Now he's got 14 points as the response comes instantly. Another 3-pointer, this time from Shaw. Neither of these teams could hit a 3 in the early stages. Now they're flying in 42-40 Paulistano lead by just the 2 points. It's a good block there and really good defence overall there from Gimnasia. Luis Sacco there as Gimnasia break at the other end, and it's a chance missed by Juan Fernandez. Could have levelled it up there. Travelling called though, and the ball is back with the Argentinians. Not much difference in the turnovers, slightly more for Gimnasia. Now Shaw for three. Yes, it's good once again from Matthew Shaw. And he moves into double figures. 12 points on the night, his second three in quick succession really. Missed his first 2 attempts in the first half and now starting to nail them. Carbonari. Carbonari! Oh, he's missed it! Looked as though he was going to slam it down. Just kind of misjudged the height of the rim. It's a wry smile there from Renato Carbonari, but it's not a moment he'll want to relive. Moving it quickly here, Gimnasia, just waiting for the opening. Shaw takes it on. And it's a nice pass, the layup, the reverse layup there, not quite what it was meant to be from Nicolas dos Santos. Foul by Shaw. Gimnasia still hold that 1 point advantage. Carbonari to Jonathan dos Santos. And Carbonari again. No mistake this time. To Carbonari. 16 points. Inside from Shaw for Nwogbo. He puts it in with some power. Tana Nwogbo back on court again, and it is effectively the starting 5 now on the court for Gimnasia as Paulistano missed their 3-point attempt, and Gimnasia look to take advantage of the breakaway, but the pass doesn't find its intended target. Wasn't particularly well executed, that. De Los Santos again. Into Shaw. Shaw puts up the 2, gets it. Matthew Shaw, 14 points. 3-point lead for Gimnasia. It's Carbonari. Carvalho inside to Carbonari, who can't make it go this time. It's a 3-point lead still for Gimnasia. This was the foul that the referee spotted. Santos Leo. Carvalho. Foul called again here. It looks a little more relaxed now. As the Paulistano coach, Gustavo Conti. Sacco with the foul on that occasion. Third foul for him, fourth team foul in this quarter. Shaw. Matthew Shaw for three. Well, he'd been making them count on a regular basis prior to that. Not just three-pointers, but just all his shots seem to be going in. He's missed that one. Paulistano looked to take advantage, but it's been turned over. Trying to move it quickly here, and that is put up nicely by McCullough. His first score of the night. And it opens up a 5-point lead for Gimnasia, as it becomes a 3-minute wait to the end of the third quarter, as it's put up and missed by Sacco there. Luis Sacco unable to take advantage. Can Gimnasia take advantage here and increase that lead that they have, approaching the 50-point mark? Their biggest lead, 7. Currently lead by 5. Out it comes for the 3 and missed. And the break is on here for Paulistano. Bounced into Sacco, who tried to lay it off again. Kept alive by Dos Santos Leo, and there is the foul. Back to Silva. Just backing off there for a minute, waiting for the right moment. Puts up the 2, it misses. It's loose and gathered, and the break is on this time. Great bit of skill, lovely finish. McCullough with back-to-back buckets to open up a 7-point lead once again. Joint biggest lead. It's great skill from McCullough to bounce the ball behind his back, take it round and finish it off. Put in nicely at the other end as well. Simondi has just made his way onto the court, number 22 for Gimnasia. McCullough's pass is far too long. Another turnover there. Still a 5-point lead. Carvalho. Travelling is the call. Needless to say, Pedro de Souza not impressed. Definitely was. Can't have any complaints there, claiming his foot was still on the ground. It wasn't. Definitely a little jump there. Evening up now in terms of turnovers, 10 to 11. Paulistano making changes. Pedro, one of those going off. Caponari has been leading the way. 16 points for him, 13 points for Pecos de Silva as well. They've been the main scorers tonight for Paulistano. We are into the final minute in the third quarter as the pass goes into Simondi, who fails to increase the lead, and then it's knocked out of bounds by Nwogbo. Now just watch here. Pedrao, does he go up? Oh, it's hard to tell actually. Maybe he did actually keep his foot down. I have to say, from the other angle, the referee's angle, it looked as though it was spot on. Difficult call to make. He's certainly very close to travelling. Carvalho, pass inside. Finish not quite there from Pedrao. Pedrao de Souza failing with that attempt. So it is a 4-point lead for Gimnasia. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Just 4 points, as you can see there, in the last 7 minutes or so for Paulistano. I believe that'll be our team of referees for the next game. Machuca fails again. So the 5-point lead re-established, couldn't extend it to 6. Just a couple of seconds different now between shot and game clock. Pecos de Silva will try and make something happen here to ensure that it's very tight heading into the final 10 minutes. Pecos de Silva puts up the shot, misses, scramble for the rebound. And it goes in and he draws the foul as well there, Pedrao. Wanted to see the reaction of the referee there. Seemed to take his time making the call. How did he make that? Brilliant from Pedrao. Gets the and one. Superbly to put that in. 3-point game can make it a 2-point game with 5 seconds left in the third. Could be heading for a thrilling finish here in Maldonado. It doesn't go in. And Gimnasia will get one last chance to throw it up. Was that on the buzzer? Doesn't matter, it's missed anyway. So 3 points, the difference. It was all level at the end of the second quarter. In the midway stage, 52-49 in favour of Gimnasia now. You just have the more favourable statistics all the way through, as you can see, higher in all departments. 2-point, 3-point free throws, higher percentage, better conversion, more efficient so far. But it could all change. It is all to play for. 10 minutes rather, to determine who can claim the victory here in the final game for these two teams in the semi-final stage of the Liga Sudamericana. Winner takes third place. Loser ends up with a 100% loss record in the semi-final phase of the competition. Not something you want to go home with. Both of these sides battling hard to ensure that they are not the side with that particular record. We'll be back in just a moment. Here, fourth quarter on the way shortly. So who will take third place in this group? Who will finally get a win on the board? It's been a disappointing week for both of these teams, but they can end it on a high. And it is still all to play for because only 3 points separate Paulistano and Gimnasia y Esgrima. As Cavalier puts up the 2, misses, and it's gathered comfortably in the end by by Rivera, beg your pardon, who has it here. Gets his pass out to Nwogbo, draws the foul. It goes, and in it goes. Rivero, 7 points on the night, and a 5-point lead opens up once again. 7 points, still the biggest lead we've had tonight for either side. Looking for the response here, Paulistano. Looking to Silva. And there's the man who picked up that injury, Diego Romero. 4.5 minutes out on court. He's got strapping to his knee. It might be just precautionary. It might just be a knock. It didn't look. He didn't go over on his knee. It was just a collision. So it might not be too serious, but certainly unable to carry on playing tonight at least. Whistle goes again. Cavalier with a foul this time. Chuka throws it into Rivero. And here is Nwogbo. Good defense there by Carbonari and co. Leo, Jonathan Dos Santos, Mogi de Silva, Carbonari, Silva, the 3 from Dos Santos is good! All tied up again, 54 points apiece. Machuca's done well here to wriggle out of that. 6 points for Dos Santos. Machuca now eyeing up the pass, which is good, and the finish comfortable for Simondi, who gets off the mark and gives Gimnasia the slenderest of leads once again. 2-point advantage. 4th assist for Machuca. Dos Santos finds the gap, goes in, draws the foul. His chance here to level things up once more. And this is the first one there. Jonathan Dos Santos having nailed that wonderful 3-pointer just a few moments ago to level it up. Only 1 from 3 from the line so far. Make it 2 from 4, and he does. Cuts the gap to 1. Still everything to play for. Machuca. Simondi hands it off. This is Shaw. He spotted something again. Foul by Mogi de Silva. Machuca. Machuca, Shaw lining up the three. Oh, yes. 4-point lead, and Matthew Shaw on to 17 points. He is the danger man. He could make all the difference. Four-point lead. Can they make it bigger? Shaw for three again. Not quite the carbon copy. Mogi de Silva. Jonathan Dos Santos. Carbonari. Dos Santos, 6 on the shot clock. Dos Santos puts up the three, gets it! That's 2 he's nailed. That's such a crucial time as well. We have a 1-point game again. As this fixture, this contest effectively a dead rubber, with neither of these two teams able to go any further in this competition. It's been incredibly competitive. They both clearly want to win it. They both clearly want to avoid 3 defeats in a row, and that is completely understandable. Machuca, the three from outside, misses. And Dos Santos Leo trying to make things happen. Dos Santos again. Oh, wow. Another one from Jonathan Dos Santos. That's 3 3-pointers in the space of 4 minutes, less than 4 minutes. And it has given Paulistano a 2-point lead. Extraordinary, really. Suddenly their 3-point shooting of Jonathan Dos Santos is making all the difference. 13 points. And there you go, 3 3-point attempts, 3 3-pointers added to the scoreboard for Paulistano. All of them, incidentally, coming from the hands of Jonathan Dos Santos. It all means that Paulistano lead by 2. Santos, and the confidence now. Won't just hang out on this near side and wait for the ball to come his way. They need to put it up. They do. It misses. Dos Santos goes for the rebound. Scramble for it. Rivero comes away with it for the Argentinian side, who trail. It's Machuca. Pass right across court, and the long 2 goes up and misses, and the whistle goes. Paulistano get the decision. And the Hebreke Maccabi players all watching on. They'll be out here again soon. Try and secure a place in the final. It's a winner takes all, remember. What a game that promises to be. De Cruz's staff there as well, just keeping a keen interest, keen eye on this game. Hugely competitive. There's another opportunity here for Dos Santos to add to his tally. He's come alive in this 4th quarter. First one's good. And so is the second. Paulistano taking full advantage of that technical foul by Matthew Shaw, who's still shaking his head. Suddenly Paulistano have a 5-point lead. This is the joint highest or biggest advantage they've had in this game so far, and there are just over 5 minutes left to play. Pedrao. Jonathan Dos Santos, nice pass inside to Pedrao, couldn't hold it. Move it down the court quickly. Another three-point attempt maybe coming here. Machuca moves it, and Rivera puts it up, and in it goes. Much needed for Gimnasia. Rivero into double digits, 2-point the lead for the Brazilians, 64-62. Up goes the shot, and it bounces harmlessly away off the rim. Paulistano still have some work to do here. Three-point accuracy's improved dramatically, courtesy of Jonathan Dos Santos, really, in this quarter, nailing three in a row as well from Paulistano's number 7. His personal tally to 13. 3 of the 5 starters for Paulistano into double figures. As the shot comes in from the near side, nice 3 from McCullough. 7 points for him tonight. Fernandez with the assist, and Gimnasia back in front, courtesy of that 3 from Louis McCullough. Now the 2 to restore the advantage. No good, and McCullough is fouled. Vital's got to be careful. Fourth personal foul. It's a silly one. Necessary, really. To Silva Vital. He's only played 12.5 minutes or so. 4 fouls tonight. So he's in serious foul trouble. McCullough puts in the free throw, first of the 2. Decent all-round contribution from Louis McCullough, 3 assists, 6 rebounds. 8 points so far, could make it 9. Doesn't though. It's kept alive nicely there by Nwogbo. And it comes, and moved quickly, and the 3 is good! 5-point lead, a nod of approval from Gonzalo Garcia as Juan Fernandez makes this count. In it goes. As the timeout is called.
Depois da falta técnica aqui, no último quarto, faltava 7 minutos. Quanto estava o jogo? Empatado. O que aconteceu depois da falta técnica? O que aconteceu? Responde. O que aconteceu? Você tomou um tapa, o juiz não deu nada, 20-0 para eles. O que aconteceu agora, depois da falta técnica para nós? Pedrão vai subir, parece que tá sozinho na quadra. Tapa, juiz, nada. Vitão assoprou agora, falta pros caras. 10-0 para eles, depois da falta técnica. 10-0. Quando a gente tomar falta técnica, eu vou falar, não quero falta técnica. Cara, aprende a jogar. Juiz é uma merda, caralho. Eles invertem tudo. Agora aprende a jogar, não vão dar nada pra nós aqui. Não vão dar nada pra nós. Firme com a bola. Firme com a bola, porra. Ficamos nessa punhetação aqui, os dois. Na saída de bloqueio. Verde, o Pecos não pode ficar tanto tempo com a bola na mão. Vocês dois têm que se decidir aí. Não é possível que não saia um livre. Se eles estão trocando, saímos dois pro mesmo lado. Fica sentado aí. Saímos dois pro mesmo... Fica sentado. Saímos dois pro mesmo lado. Saímos dois pro mesmo lado. Renato fica mais alto bloqueando. Deu pra entender, não? Fica mais alto, Renato bloqueando. E saímos dois pro mesmo lado. Se não deu, o primeiro sai de novo. Entenderam ou não?
Again, I wish I could tell you what he was saying. In Portuguese, not what it should be, I'm afraid. I can't help you out with that, but again, really does seem to get animated during those discussions. Rather one-sided discussions, of course. Certainly making himself heard to the players. And that's the kind of reaction he'd have been looking for. Carvalho nails the three. And we have a 2-point game again. 3 minutes left to play. Building towards a dramatic finish here. Machuca will put up the three himself, and it's good. And straight away, that 5-point lead is opened up again. 2:40 on the clock, still very much anybody's here. Paulistano with a little more work to do. Technical foul called. It's called against the coach. He can't believe it. And he has cost his team here. Discussions are still going on. Ribeiro is eyeing up the chance here to increase the lead. He does increase that lead. (67-72). Five-point advantage. Gimnasia turned it around in the last few minutes. 13-3 run in the last 2 minutes 40 seconds or so. Nwogbo with his 5th foul. So that is the end of Nwogbo's night. So they will turn to Nicolas de los Santos again. Nwogbo and Matthew Shaw, both out of the game here. Sousa and Vital both in trouble. A bit of Silva. Chance for the three. It's good. 2-point lead again for Gimnasia. Down from 5. Peter Silva increasing his personal tally to 7. McCullough, who was penalised there. And De Los Santos, actually, beg your pardon. The pass inside is a good one, and this time Renato Carbonari makes no mistake. He missed one of those earlier, but he throws that one down with a big smile. Timeout is called. The jam from Carbonari. Have some of this. Like I said, missed one of those earlier. Not this time. Game on.
Johnny. Esto para venir a buscar la bola. Vamos. Pitu, le cambias acá a Johnny, el dribbling. Y Nico, lo tocas a Luis. Le damos la bola a Luis acá. Abierto el resto, forzar 1 contra 1. ¿Sí? Y hay trap, tenés los pases. ¿Entendiste? Puede ser que haya todo cambio, ¿sí? Para adentro, o sea, claro, ¿sí? ¿Listo? Vamos.
Well, more points coming from the bench of Gimnasia, but they have used their bench players a lot more. Chuka and Rivero playing a more or less half the game. Chuka a little bit more, Rivero a little bit less. It's been a little more spread out from the bench players as far as Gimnasia are concerned, but all that matters now is what happens in the next minute and 15 seconds. Who can steal it? Who can have the edge? McCullough. Failing to make that count. Not the time for a turnover. Overtime not out of the question here. Into the final minute. Paulistano looking to respond. It's a missed attempt. The ball is loose, picked up by Da Silva. Da Silva goes in, puts it up and makes it count. Time running down on the shot clock, but had enough time to make it 15 points on the night for him. A 2-point lead for the Brazilians. De Los Santos, less than half a minute to go. Are we going to get some real drama here? De Los Santos, the pass out to Rivero, misses. Could have been the winning 3-pointer. There's the foul. They're just trying to get possession back as quickly as possible. They're going to be hoping that Paulistano miss at least one of these free throws. Make it difficult for them if they don't. $15 points so far for Pecos da Silva. And there's the first one. 3-point game now with less than 15 seconds on the clock. Makes it 2 from 2. And Paulistano have a 4-point lead. They'll feel confident now. Gimnasia may have blown this. It's not over yet. It could still happen if they get a quick 2 or a quick 3 and then foul. Then maybe they could still turn this around.
Rápido, esto es rápido. Saca Nico. Juan. Johnny. Tito. Luis acá. Hacemos esto de distracción. Esto de distracción. De acá, abierto, abierto acá y abierto. Es la bola ahí abajo. ¿Sí? La bola ahí abajo. Y rápido a definición. Rápido. ¿Estamos? Convertimos, vamos arriba y metemos el foul. Metemos 2 puntos rápidos. ¿Está? ¿Listo? Dale, dale, dale. Vamos, vamos, vamos.
Gimnasia paying the price for not being able to nail down some points in the last couple of minutes. No score, as you can see there, from 2 minutes 30. Well, they have 15 seconds to find at least 4 points. That is the way to start it. They get the 2 and draw the foul. McCullough into double figures. And there's a foul as well by Renato Carbonari. Oh, how costly could that be? That extra point could make all the difference. So McCullough fails to make this count, and I was going to say the rebound is won by a teammate, and they could level it up immediately. As it is, they'll probably commit the foul now to try and get the ball back. Time running out. There's the foul. So now a bit of pressure on Paulistano. Well, you would never guess that there's nothing particularly riding on this game, but as I say, it's all about pride. Oh, he's missed it. That is exactly what Gimnasia wanted. They'll have 7 seconds to try and win the game. Once this free throw goes in, so that's a 2-point lead. 3-pointer wins it here. A 2-pointer ties it. The attempt for 3 misses, and that is going to be it. Paulistano secure the win, but only just the 2-point winning margin in the end for the Brazilians. 77-75, dramatic end. Could easily have gone the other way. Gimnasia led for much longer periods, but weren't able to see it out. Their biggest lead, 7 points. Paulistano with the 5-point advantage on a couple of occasions, nothing more than that for them. But they did just enough. They've come out on top here, so they do not finish the group last. It is going to be Gimnasia y Esgrima who finish bottom of the table. No wins, 3 defeats. 1 win, 2 defeats of Paulistano in third. And up next, in around about 25 minutes time, we will have the final game of this semi-final stage for you, and what a game it promises to be. The two sides who have everything to play for. Hebraica y Maccabi of Uruguay, here in Uruguay in Maldonado, taking on Mogi Cruces for a place in the final. Winner takes all. We'll be back for that one in around about 25 minutes. But here it's all over. Paulistano have beaten Gimnasia by 2 points. 75-77, the Brazilians edging it in the final quarter.